Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Tokyo Necro. I just came back from the gym, ate some food, and here I am. This is 2 days from the last episode. If you guys remember, I took a nap before I recorded the last episode, and that kind of fucked up my sleeping schedule. So I couldn't sleep after recording the episode, right? Usually I would record the episode, edit the video, and after that I would take a bath and go to sleep. But because of the nap, I couldn't sleep, so I booted up. You guys might have also remembered I was playing Divinity Original Sin. So I booted that up, and yeah, this is actually the first time I put an all-nighter. Heck, more than an all-nighter, because I played like too much basically, right? So I didn't sleep until 8 a.m. I played when it was like 10 p.m. by the way, so I played a whole 8 hours. Sleep for an hour or something, and then wake up again and play the game again, so that I could fix my schedule instantly during that day. So I slept for 1 hour and didn't sleep until like 10 p.m. And now that's why this is the next day. Yesterday I basically also skipped the gym. Fridays usually are my gym days. But because I was just so tired, I decided to like, yeah, fuck it. Decided to skip. That was the first all-nighter I did in about 3 years, by the way. Maybe 4 years, in fact. Ever since I adopted a healthy lifestyle, I never really did that anymore. But yeah, goes to show I can still do it. The game was fun enough that actually I was able to do it too. So yeah, enough about that, I suppose. Last time we actually left at a really big cliffhanger. I still remember it. I decided not to record too because I was super lethargic that day. I was playing the game, but I didn't really have to talk about, you know, like anything, right, when I was playing Divinity Original Sin. So my body was basically on autopilot, like finishing quests and stuff like that. But yeah, let me do a recap about what happened. So Etika is fighting Hokuyasu right now, which got turned into a living dead. Son is fighting Milgram. And during the fight, he actually didn't use his X-Brain. And after that, Milgram decided to ditch his anti-armor suit because Son basically made it not functional anymore after what he did. I think he shot like an ice bullet along with, what was it? Something that pierced the anti-armor suit. But yeah, he ditched the armor after that. Son, I guess, did not expect that Iria's gonna get captured. And yeah, Iria... I assume Iria is dead, right? And ultimate dilemma for this route is going to be whether Son is going to revive Iria or not. He for sure will take revenge for Iria, like... There's no doubt that Son is going to defeat Milgram. But let's see what's going to happen in Etika's perspective first, because that was a super big cliffhanger. But yeah, this is Saturday, by the way. I hope I have enough time before Monday so that I could record Kichikuo, but I might not have enough time, so... Might have to take another day for this game instead of rants for Monday. But I guess we'll see. The old man and I continue our fight as we dance across the green, fluorescent floor. I know I've got to finish this quick. I need to put him down as fast as possible. But... My tongue is as quick as ever, but the truth is, I'm lagging behind the old man in terms of speed, and his precise, calculated movements are forcing me to stay on the defensive. Honestly, it's a small miracle I'm managing to deflect his real eliminators at all.
そんなまやかしの武器で私に勝てる気でいたのか。
勝ってやろうじゃねえか。
そうやって私から逃げ出すんだ
逃げてんのはてめえだろ。
な。どうして私から逃げ出した？
うるせえ、ぶっ殺すぞ。
まだあの時の言葉を根に持っているのか。
黙れ。
What did he say?
お前は産まなければよかった。
Oh, okay. He reaches into the depths of my subconscious and forcefully drags out a memory I wanted to forget.
じゃあどうだな。
Exactly. My old man is the former commander of the Close Quarters Armed Martial Arts Training Unit. By analyzing his opponents, he predicts what action they will take in response with the most optimal countermeasures possible for any given situation. If his CQAMA is the correct way to fight, then I'll take the opposite path. Safety and efficiency be damned. The only thing I believe in is the heart that beats right here in my chest. My rabbit punch will guide me. There's no need to run or feel shame. None at all. Because this is the life I've chosen. This is who I am.
憎いかエチカ。どうしても私に反抗するか。そうまでして私を否定したいか。
That's right. I remember how abruptly he changed after the war. How he rid himself of emotions. How he cursed my birth as meaningless. So I've lived my life in defiance of him. And I never once let go of my hate.
お前は私の罪。生を受けるべきではなかった。私はずっとお前を憎んでいたんだ。
ふざけんじゃねえぞ、このクソ親父。
My chainsaw and his real eliminators fly up into the air at the same time. Are we gonna go, you know, like, just like what happened in the other route in Mitsumi's route? We just gonna punch each other till we die? They slide across the floor, leaving green marks behind them. He's not gonna feel that. Is this the game telling me that, you know, your emotions will power you up?
てめえが本気でそう思ってんなら。なんでそんな面してやがんだよ。
We're both crying. With tears in my eyes, the weapon I've reached for is... the rabbit punch. The very symbol of everything I stand for. We fight. Our weapons clash. Vomiting sparks in protest of the other's way of life. But I'm unable to deliver a decisive blow. The old man manages to evade every attack I throw at him by the skin of his teeth. Maybe it's because he's still got some of his old feelings intact. Or maybe... I probably could have killed him several times by now. I should have just emptied my mind and let instincts take the wheel. I thought you said that he was stronger than you, but I couldn't. What, is he actually not fighting you seriously? Is that what's going on? Did Milgram ask her to I thought that Milgram asked him to kill Ethica though, right? He didn't ask like Hikoyasu to stall Ethica. I mean, how could I? I thought that, you know, Living Dead couldn't exactly like change their orders or defy their orders, as what was shown in Soen's case, right? Like Soen was crying in that other route, but he still couldn't able to defy his orders until he was dead. After all, he wants to be killed.
私を憎め。私を殺せ。
He thrusts a real eliminator at me. I duck under it and tackle him. He tries dodging out of the way with some fancy footwork, but I manage to latch onto him regardless. He shoots me in the back, but I shrug it off. Confident that my bulletproof coat will do its job, I continue pushing him forward. Following a brief but violent struggle, the old man finally lets go of his real eliminators. I then bring my rabbit punch down on him. With my victory all but decided, it's now up to me whether he lives or dies. My blade eats into the ground next to him, sending green ripples across the floor. Meanwhile, I intentionally make the engine roar as loud as I can. After abandoning the CQAMA I'd learned from my old man, the first weapon I made my own was the rabbit punch. The war came to a close, and with it, the old man hid his emotions from the rest of the world. It's what ended up sowing the seeds of rebellion in me. And it's why I ran away from home shortly after graduating from elementary school. No matter what crimes I'd have to commit, or how many hardships I'd have to endure, I'd live life on my own terms. I'd laugh when I wanted to, cry when the need hit me, love the ones I held dear, and spit on those that crossed me. When I first took the rabbit punch in my hands, I promised that to myself. This is the end. I pinned the old man against the ground while letting my chainsaw's engine work at full blast. The blade howls like a hungry wolf next to his ear. It takes massive effort to keep it like that. That's not what I should be saying right now. If I kill him now, I lose. I've yet to hear a single word of apology from him, or a clear admittance that he was wrong. He's yet to take back what he said to me that day. I mean, even in Kiri's route, he never did take back what he said. He still did say that, you know, birthing Ethica was a grave sin. For the love of God, say it already. You gotta do it while you still have your emotions. Say that you're happy I was born. I'm begging you. You know he's gonna try to kill you, right, if you don't do anything. The words I wanted never came. The old man's expression twists, but he refuses to deny his past. And in that moment, I finally understand the old man's unbearable agony. The agony of having to live on while the blood of your comrades stains your hands, and the guilt of the past coils about your heart like a snake. I realize now what it takes to seal one's own feelings away, for the sake of the future. My chainsaw symbolizes my rejection of the old man. Meanwhile, his real eliminators honor the past. The gap between us has grown far too wide for any genuine feelings to get across. His body is dead. His emotions are dying. It's all too late now. There isn't a route where Hokuyasu lives with Etika, was there? It's always a sad ending with Etika. At least in terms of, you know, with Hokuyasu. I feel it through the tip of my fingers. The green light below us spreads out like a ripple on water. It was the final beat of his heart. The final fragment of his soul. The final glimmer of his life. I've re-killed my old man. I guess in his case, like, he's not like Son, right? Where Son is like not really all that emotional, so... And right now, Hokuyasu just got turned into a living dead, so I guess his emotions is still very strong. Maybe that was why he could somewhat suppress his desires to really kill Etika. Stop it. No more. No more. Please. Wow, you're just desecrating the dead now. I'm begging you. Why? Why is he leaving only the head? Because he wants you to make a choice, Son.
お前はなぜ自分を死んでいると思っていた?
His question sends a chill down my spine. I know that what Milgram is about to tell me will change everything.
それはお前の母親のせいだろ。
やめろ。
なぜ人を愛することを恐れていた？それはお前の父親のせいだ。
やめろ。
私は覚えている。米中戦争の最中、南方のジャングル深くに長岡武之がやってきたあの時のこと。
やめろ。やめろ。やめろ。やめろ。
長岡咲子の亡骸を連れて愛する妻を生き返らせろと。
So he didn't become a necromancer himself.
泣いて懇願した時のこと。
やめろ。
The fact that I woke up in the middle of the night, despite usually being a heavy sleeper, felt like an ill omen of sorts. So what you're telling me is that Takeyuki was not killed after Sakiko died? And then she got revived? I thought that, you know, the only one who came back was Hokuyasu and Ikatsu. But I guess after that, Takeyuki was still alive. That doesn't make sense though. Hokuyasu clearly said that, you know, since Etika said that after he came back, Hokuyasu was very different. He killed his emotions, so I assume that that's when he killed Takeyuki. So if Takeyuki went back to the mainland after that happened, it doesn't make sense. It creates some sort of plot hole. You know, the chronological order just doesn't make sense. Or are you telling me, like, she brought Son, like, with her during the flight and he survived? That's even more impossible, right? How did Sakiko survive while the kid lives? That just makes, like, you know, no sense at all. I could faintly hear something through the crack of my father's bedroom door, right? This is also saying that his bedroom door, so this is back in the mainland. This is back in Tokyo. I've got a bad feeling about this. I instinctively knew I was not supposed to look. So I did my best to stay quiet. But curiosity got the best of me. I peeked into my father's room with a dull, lifeless gaze. My parents were having sex. My father, sporting a muscular physique befitting a retired soldier, towered over the slender frame of my mother, the daughter of a wealthy and distinguished family who had married her first love. This was the first time I'd ever seen real, actual sex. At the time, only one word bubbled to the surface of my mind. Yeah, we've seen this before, Son. Just a lot more vividly now. Disgusting. My mother Sakiko was already dead at the time. She had been resurrected through Milgram's necromancy. Why is Milgram here now? Oh, I guess it got updated. Yeah, resurrected Nagaoka Sakiko as a living dead at Nagaoka Takeyuki's behest. Before me lies the corpse of the girl I love. Behind her is the very man who killed her. I'm not wearing my X-brain, yet I stand now where my father did all those years ago. At the exact same place.
Sa, Nagaoka yo.
Her face is right in front of me. There's no running away from this. Milgram's forcing me to look at Hagio Iria's cold, lifeless features.
お前は愛する人を死なせた。自分の弱さで取り返しのつかない罪を犯した。
True?
怒りに逃げるな。恐怖から目をそらすな。
What the? He really wants to die, but man, you're all sorts of fucked up, Milgram.
貴様が真に取るべき道は二つに一つ。魂の消えた愛する人と一緒に過ごすため、殺した相手にひざまずくか、それとも怒りを殺し恐れを超越し、真に美しい戦いの音色で私を殺すか。選べ、長岡。
I think I said this on the last episode, but if I were in Sone's shoes, I probably would just not choose. And, you know, maybe not choosing might be the third option, right? Well, then again, if we don't choose, Milgram will probably kill us, so might as well be a suicide choice. As my anguished cry resounds through the church, I lunge at Milgram like a freshly fired bullet. My punches fail to connect. Milgram swiftly and gracefully evades them one by one. This can hardly even be called a battle, yet this boiling rage of mine can no longer be held back. Fight. Shoot. Kill him. Punch him. Strike him down. Charge right through him. I have to kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill. Okay, I'm not saying this.
殺してどうなる。
死ぬか。
I can't be hot-blooded anymore, Son. So, as much as I agree with what Son's doing, or, you know, I don't condemn him for choosing this. In my opinion, in fact, he's probably making the correct choice. Because, you know, reviving Iria at this point isn't going to make her happy, right? It's just for our own self-serving, like, life. At some point, she's gonna become like Mitsumi's brother. I was gonna say Mitsuki for some reason. I finally managed to land a hit. My muzzle spike catches Milgram in the torso. I focus all my strength on that singular point and send him flying through the room. His naked, unarmored body crashes into a stone pillar with a deafening crack that echoes all throughout the church. I stare him down from a distance, my gaze seething with fury. He must have suffered a considerable amount of damage without his armor. But if he is in pain, Milgram doesn't let it show. If anything, he looks positively overjoyed. I mean, he's been wanting to die for so long. He just wants like the perfect dying ending or something, which is really creepy. Every move he makes, and every accursed word that passes from his lips, makes me want to kill him even more. He simply mustn't be allowed to live. Milgram literally disappears from view, moving fast enough to strike me between two breaths, to slip clean past my blind spot and through the mesh of my consciousness. His side pistol lunges at me before my eyes can even register it coming, but I manage to subconsciously deflect it a split second before the blow can connect. Milgram's voice is laced with derision. He fires his side pistols with terrifying precision, having already anticipated exactly what moves I'd make. I'm left with no choice but to retreat and put some distance between the two of us. His follow-up shots drill hard into my bulletproof coat. Ridding himself of that armor has completely changed the way Milgram fights. In the suit, his speed was far beyond that of the average person, but now that he's shed it, he's even faster. His every move and technique has been pushed to its physical extreme. How? I thought the suit does that. God damn it. This game. At this point, it kinda just pushes out every sort of logical argument. Could it be that his anti-armor suit, seemingly the source of his inhuman speed, was to him nothing more than dead weight? What, is this like Goku shedding off those weights during his training? Am I now looking at Milgram at the very height of his power, the peak of his art? Has he chosen to unleash the true extent of his techniques because he's finally found a worthy opponent? Has he merely been testing me all this time? I very much doubt that weapons as peculiar as his side pistols could be used efficiently in an ordinary battle. They're meant to be wielded in situations where both combatants are in extremely close proximity of each other. In other words, it's a weapon that's been explicitly designed to counter CQAMA. Reading me like an open book, Milgram leaps up into the air and trips me from behind after landing. Knowing full well that he'll pierce my heart the moment I go against him unprepared, I make a split-second decision to throw myself between the benches while still on the ground. Yet that too is something he's anticipated in advance. Your eyes are coming back from being crazy zone. His pupils were like really small because he was going crazy, right? I fire off my guns even as Milgram's lightning thrust sends a jolt of fresh pain across my thigh. The bullets hit the bench I'm on and shatter the life material, allowing me to narrowly escape. How much longer will I be able to keep going like this? Continuing to drive me into a corner with his agile movements, Milgram doesn't let the pressure up for even a second. He launches feints to throw off my sense of distance, blocks my counterattacks, and uses the side prongs of his weapon to deliver a backhand thrust aimed at my vitals. His two side pistols utilize speed and finesse over raw physical power, exploiting the opponent's own strength in order to accurately attack their weak points. Even I can't believe just how effortlessly Milgram wields his weapons. Right now, he's less a warrior and more an artist guiding his brush. Every single technique he taps into exists specifically to overcome CQAMA, leaving me unable to rely on the one trump card I still have, the memories of my father that I experienced within the depths of my subconscious. Brushing my fear aside, I kick myself off a nearby pillar and start running along the wall. How are we even gonna, like, win this? But fear soon catches up to me. Yeah, we chose, like, rage and fury because we were still, like, you know, we still got that high from witnessing something that we didn't want to see. So it was overpowering the fear. But when death is imminent, it's definitely a very powerful emotion. The pipe organ sounds a shrill cry when I crash into it. Its harsh, dissonant melody echoes across the hall as my fresh blood leaves a red trail against the black and white keys. A raven flies across the building, southern sky of the equator. How did my father feel when he first set foot in here? Or when he came home from the war with the reanimated corpse of my mother, and we all celebrated Christmas together? Yeah, see, I thought that... I guess Hokoyasu let Takeyuki survive for a while and then killed him? I don't get it. I really thought that Takeyuki was dead then and there, but I guess not. And what thoughts could have flashed through his mind when he paid for that transgression with his own life? More than anything, how was I, having been left all alone, supposed to feel? Common sense dictates that the living dead do not have sex. The reason I was so overcome by disgust upon seeing what my parents were doing was because my mother had already been dead at that point. The sight of their sex induced a deep psychological revulsion in me. Perhaps it was only a dream, born of my darkest desires. Perhaps I merely attributed truth to a mistaken, fabricated memory. Regardless, I firmly believed that my parents had indulged in a forbidden love, and that I myself was one of the living dead. I know it sounds absurd. After all, my mother wasn't yet undead when she gave birth to me. But I subconsciously made myself believe it. I think I merely wanted to be rid of emotions. I didn't want to love anyone. I didn't want to make the same mistakes as my father. Yeah, Soen's predicament is, quite believable and quite understandable. But the situation, it just feels like it's weird. It feels like it shouldn't happen. I was intimidated by the prospect of loving Iria. In the end, I fell in love with her and set my life on a course for tragedy. But even as fear gripped my heart, I vowed not to harbor any regrets. My ex-brain, my father, was afraid. He probably wanted, to see the future, to overcome the memories of his past, and head toward a new tomorrow. I mustn't avert my eyes from fear.
生きている限り希望はあるよ。
I'm actually surprised though that Iria was still a fresh and living human being after what Pavlov did to her. I guess they really want Son to have the same dilemma like his dad, like I said before. I accept my own fear. I come to terms with it. I'm not a corpse, but a living, breathing person with emotions. I'm capable of feeling love, as well as the fear that stems from it. But in spite of that, I'm able to remain hopeful. I've come to accept my own self, that this is who I am.
いい顔だ。
Milgram willingly exposes his defenseless head. He wants my bullet to carry him off this mortal coil. He's the very embodiment of everything the suicide wannabes stand for.
見せてくれ。妻の死で損なわれた長岡武之の芸術のその先を。
This guy is crazy, man.
私が生への執着を捨てられるほど美しい戦いを。
Just let him kill himself. Like, defeat him, but don't kill him. I feel like that should be your punishment, Milgram. Yeah, never let him kill himself. Or, I wonder how that would be. Maybe like preserving just his brain or something like what Amachi did. So that he can't even kill himself, right? I exhale a silent breath. I look Milgram straight in the eye. And charge at him with hope in my heart. I convert my rage to strength. I channel my fury into speed. I summon every last ounce of energy I have. I move faster than my brain can process, more rapidly than conscious thought. Even my fear has melted clean away.
お前の怒りはそんなものではないだろう。
Compared to Ethica's like anime opening song when she was fighting Hokuyasu, this feels like an ending song, right? This feels more like acceptance than anything. With how mellow the melody sounds. Milgram flips his side pistols once to strike me in the arm, then again to stab at my face, and again to shoot my thigh. Then again, in this case, like our lover died in the rout, unlike Ethica's rout. He uses them to huck my muzzle spikes and upset my balance. His bullets graze my elbows, while the tip of his blade spills my blood. Milgram sees the lingering ghost of my father in me, is able to perfectly counter everything I do. I need to be faster, stronger, smarter. I desperately tug at my memories, diving deep into my subconscious to draw out the power that slumbers outside of me. My old self would have had his moves predicted with ease. The wing-like prongs of Milgram's sight pistol would catch my muzzle spikes as they went for his body, leaving my chest open for him to deliver a finishing blow. But now I'm different. Now I've embraced the future. While Milgram continues to chase the wraiths of the past, I pour every last ounce of strength I have into my muzzle spikes, aiming not for Milgram's body, but the side pistol itself. That's right. This is how Mitsumi out... Mitsumi?! Come on! This is a very epic moment! Translation team! Outwits her opponents. Wait, is that actually Mitsumi? Is that actually correct? Oh, I guess he's learning from Mitsumi. Okay. He's basically learning from everyone around him to beat up Milgram. Alright. I guess the physical manifestation of, you know, the typical shonen friendship power. My body keeps moving, energized by the keen insight she's armed me with. The side prong of Milgram's side pistol was weakened when it clashed with Mitsumi's Soshimaru, allowing me to break it off. As Milgram slips and his stance is broken, I deliver a fierce blow to his torso. Okay, not a typo. Alright, that would have been a very fatal typo if it was. There was a typo in Soen's H scene, by the way. It talked about Mitsumi when he was clearly doing it with Iria. You guys in YouTube don't see it, but my god, I was actually so mad at that. Like, come on! It was supposed to be a romantic scene, you know? It sends him flying backwards, but I don't let up and immediately rush in for another blow. Milgram smiles as if to say that he purposefully allowed himself to be struck as part of a trap. Without caring for whether or not he was bluffing, I keep on punching him. I thought that was pounding, determined to wipe that smile off his face by force. There's not a dram of refinement in my strikes. Every punch I throw is primitive, barbaric, and therefore unpredictable, preventing Milgram from evading them. My fists are now Ikatsu's fists. Yeah, the little physical manifestation of friendship power is going on right now. Milgram cries out in delight as my unrelenting whirlwind of punches sends him staggering backwards. He then quickly side flips out of the way before leaping high up into the air. I can't follow him with my eyes. Instead, I calculate his destination based on vertical and horizontal torque, immediately turning my guns to where I know he'll land. Is this Tokitaka? This marksmanship technique is, of course, something I've learned from Tokitaka. In spite of all that though, Milgram still refuses to stop. He comes charging straight at me, wielding his side pistols with devilish speed and accuracy. I know I'll die the moment I allow the paralyzing grip of fear to take hold of me, but the sheer thrill of our death-defying battle is beyond intoxicating. He's smiling, what the fuck? Soen is going crazy too, what the hell? I've never felt anything like this before. You know, at the back of my mind, I was actually thinking, right? I wish I was able to do what Soen is doing right now, which is, you know, be angry for the fact that he was, you know, angry for someone that he loved that got killed. I wonder if I'm able to like show that much emotion if someone that I love was also killed. I don't know. I'm envious, even though it doesn't make any sense. The blade of his side pistol pierces through my left arm, only to stop mere inches away from my face. I think Soen is also, like, realizing this, right? Right now, he's alive. Having only used it as bait, I wrench my left arm away while doing all I can to ignore the pain. This leaves Milgram, who's still holding onto his side pistol wide open. I drill a punch straight into his undefended torso, then follow it up with a bullet. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It was Ethica who taught me to take some risks now and then. Milgram's zealous cry rings out through the church. I pull the trigger, sweep his legs, evade the two side pistols, parry his blows, dodge his swings, and return his punches with muzzle spike jabs. Obsession clashes with love. Fury meets composure. Hate wrestles desire. Fear and hope show the way toward the future. I'm Takayuki's son. That much is true. But there are many others who've helped shape me into the person I am today. Ethica, Tokitaka, Mitsumi, Ikatsu, and many more. I'm supported by every single thing that makes me who I am. That's true, your parents are not the only things that, you know, like contribute to how you become in the future. Your face looks super scary though, Son. Wait, is this gonna be an ending where everyone's dead too? What the? Is someone gonna die too? It's over. With his abdomen ravaged by a barrage of bullets, the man before me is done and finished. I don't even need my X-brain to know that much. And yet, he does not fear his imminent demise. God, he's actually happy about this. This is why Milgram is super weird, man. Like, I understand him wanting to die, right? But his actions defy reason, like, for the most part. He just wants to die satisfied? I don't know, it's... I mean, normal humans don't even embrace death, but... It's really just hard to wrap around your head with him. Milgram smiles as if his most ardent wish had just been granted. Milgram met Nagaoka Takayuki and experienced firsthand the artistic nature of his fighting style.
的な美の前に打ちのめされ、すべての未練を断ち切る。
Along with your moral and, like, responsibilities, I guess. You definitely become someone crazy, Milgram.
どうやら願いは叶ったようだ。
Milgram's greatest desire was to be swept away and destroyed by the cleansing fires of divine beauty. It's why he came after me, Takayuki's son. And it's why he killed Iria. Everything was meticulously planned out so that he, the leader of the suicide wannabes, could find a place to die. It was all a trap he had prepared in advance. Do I allow myself to be lured in? Is my only choice to kill him and thus complete his plan? Am I mistaken in feeling this anger? Can I still turn back? Will I holster my re-eliminators and administer first aid to save his life? Do I deny Milgram his desire in order to give him the punishment he rightfully deserves?
私を生かすか。それもいいだろう。
I mean, letting you live is actually the more painful thing to do for you, so I would personally do it because I wouldn't be happy for you to just die off and not repent for what you did. But that's me. I don't know about Son.
崩御エリアを蘇らせるためにそれしかない。
I wouldn't resurrect Iria though. I would still let her die in peace. Maybe, like, you know, close her eyes because she's actually still, like, her eyes are still open while she's dying there.
そんなことするわけが。
それでは見殺しにして私の命を助けるとでも。
Iria's body still lies motionless on the ground behind me. I can tell by the faint warmth I feel at my feet. The puddle of the blood she's lost has spread that far. Milgram poses me his question one last time.
長岡武之と同じ場所で同じ罪を犯すか、それとも私を殺すか。さあ選べ。
Is this an actual choice? I can't avert my eyes from the feelings clawing their way to the surface of my heart. They're the proof that I'm here, that my life is worth living. They're Iria's gift to me. I'll come to regret this. I know that. The pain will be unbearable. It'll make me long for the sweet release of death. But even still,
僕は長岡武之じゃない。
don't kill him, damn it, Son. I'm not going to have Iria revived. I pulled the trigger, painting Milgram's smile over with the red of his blood. God damn it, Son. A long time has passed. Man, for this to be Iria's route, I feel less happy about this than I feel when Son and Ethica were both dead. I wonder why. By the time I snap back to my senses, I'm rushing down a flight of stairs. Am I already too late? A terrible feeling grips at my heart. For once, I really want my intuition to be wrong. I reach a dark room. Maybe to some degree I also somewhat, like, identify with Son. I feel like I'm also afraid of loving, you know? If that love is, like, taken away, kind of means that you can't really be happy anymore, if that makes sense. But if you have never really found that happiness through love itself, you're not really afraid of it being taken away. Like, logically it makes sense. I reach a dark room. In the middle, I can just barely make out the faint glimmer of a tone graph. There's one figure standing still, with two others lying on the ground nearby. The X-brain gives me the cold, hard facts. Milgram, deceased. And then Hagio Iria, deceased.
嘘だろ
The darkness swallows up my words. No answer comes. I walk deeper into the room. I can barely stand straight. It feels almost like the ground is about to slip beneath my feet.
おいソウンソウン何してるすぐにイリアちゃんを
He silently shakes his head. I know it's too late, but I can't. This is too much. There's a gaping hole in Iria's chest. Her entire heart has been torn clean out. No ordinary person could kill someone like this. I throw a hateful look at Milgram's body and the bullet hole in his head.
こいつがやったんだな
So nods. I reach for my chainsaw. I'm gonna mess the bastard's face up until it's unrecognizable. I stop at the last second though, having noticed the color of the blood stuck to the blade. It leaves me sapped of strength. I'm not gonna stain my beloved chainsaw with this fucker's blood.
なんでなんでだよイリアちゃんが一体何をしたって言うんだよ
Hagio Iria's smile was like a guidepost of hope. The joy of life coursed through every last fiber of her being. The way she lies there on the ground now, cold, lifeless and robbed of her future, it breaks my heart to see. I can't help but look away.
私がもう少し早く
イチカのせいじゃない。痛みを感じる暇もなかったと思う。
そう。
ミルグラムの狙いは僕を追い込むことだった。僕を精神的に追い詰めるためだけにこんな場所まで連れてこられて、その上。
そう。
I gently take his hand in mine. It's as I expected.
イチカ。
Ever so slowly, I take his trembling hands and pull him into my arms.
お前はよくやった。よくやったよ。
でも僕
Yeah, I don't think Son is ever gonna let go of this regret that he has. Etika was saying how it was her fault and she wasn't even the one witnessing the whole situation. His worlds trail off. He's unable to properly express the emotions in his heart. It's like he's become a machine. Or one of the living dead. In other words, he's back to being the way he was before he met Iria.
いいんだ。
I make a deep nod. Someone had to comfort him like this. To remind him that he does have a place in this world. To make sure his heart doesn't completely freeze over. I know I'm not cut out for this. The only one to heal his ailing heart is Iria. I understand that, but I'm his partner. If I'm not gonna do it, then who will?
もう大丈夫だ。全部大丈夫だ。
You can't say that without any basis for it, Ethica. He makes no response. His eyes remain empty and unfocused. The only thing that can get through to him now is the warmth of another person's skin. I highly doubt that. So I wrap my arms around him as tightly as I can. The world will keep on turning, even with her gone. You know, hope can really be a cruel thing at times. I doubt that the warmth of a human body can really do anything, really. And why is Mitsumi still alive? 3 whole days fly by in the blink of an eye. Are we like in a hallucination or something?
いただきます。
The same old agency. The same old breakfast. But something's missing. Someone's missing. I can't help but feel that way. Ryoko has prepared us some ham and eggs on toast. The meat is synthetic, but just as good as the real thing. There's nothing wrong with the taste itself, and yet I can barely bring myself to eat it. It'd be better if it had no taste at all. Wait, no. I shouldn't be thinking like that. I'm blessed to get to eat something this good. I need to appreciate what I have.
So,
Tokitaka suddenly calls out my name. He's only just recently been discharged from the hospital, and is still in the process of recovering.
今日の朝食は何点だ？は？今日の朝食を TOG 指数で表せ。
Tokitaka something something? A standard by which Ichihara Tokitaka quantifies the tastiness of a given meal.
TOG 時高式おいしいご飯指数だ。
I briefly consider sending him back to the hospital for a mental checkup.
ほら、TOG を弾き出せ。
You clearly said TOG, but I guess that's not really something that can be translated very well.
100点。数字をなめるな！
He's yelling at me now. I'm not entirely sure why, though.
100点なんて大雑把な点数は数字への冒涜だ。その微妙な味わいの違いを数値化しろ。だが実際に出された品物だけではない。美味しく味わうには何よりお前自身のコンディションが。いで。
何涼子さんに失礼なことしてんだよ。せっかく作ってくれたんだから七面倒くせえこと考えないで黙って食え。
I guess to some degree, watching other people have emotions like this can also mend a broken heart.
はい。
Ethica made him climb up before he could get to the point, but I can still very much understand what Tokitaka was trying to get at. Ryoko can make all the perfect breakfasts in the world, but if my mind is elsewhere, I won't be able to enjoy them. Tokitaka was probably just trying to give me some advice. Well, he certainly did it in his own unique way, though. Ryoko's sudden laughter is slightly intimidating. Forgot the apostrophe S there?
ちなみに時高くん、今日の私の朝ごはんは何点かしら
137点です。その内訳は、空腹度プラス味の濃さの事情、足す見た目の麗しさプラス、食感プラス新規性プラス適切な量、閉じ割る2、プラス自分の体調。
お、テレビ。
Shut up, Tokitaka. That scale doesn't even make sense. 137 from what? Ethica raises her voice, completely ignoring the tests of Tokitaka's ineffable equation. How is she still alive? This girl got blown up! As she turns up the volume, we see the late Sophia Korazaki show up on the screen.
ソフィア河原崎の意志を継ぐ。だってさ、まだ3日と経ってないのによくやるね。
Is this just a hologram? Sophia Korazaki, the former CEO and spokeswoman of the Empire Energy Corp. She attempted to engage Milgram on live television in order to strip him of his mythical status and died with millions of Tokyo citizens watching. People have come to treat her as a martyr who gave her life for the Tokyo Rebirth Project.
そんなにうまくいくもんかな。
Ethica glances in my direction. I avert my eyes. None of this has anything to do with me anymore. Come on. There's supposed to be anything.
楽観的なんだけどな。
あら、涼子さん珍しい。
苦しい時、辛い時、かえって人は一致団結できるものよ。
そういうもの？
そういうもの。
涼子さんは強いな。私もあやかりたいわ。
Ethica mutters to herself. She ended up re-killing Major General Kabanohara herself. It shouldn't come as much of a surprise, but she's clearly dealing with a lot. Not even her voice is as chipper as it usually is. I wish I could cheer her up, but...
頼もう。
How is she still alive? Ethica drops her fork and freezes in place. It's as if time itself has come to a halt. Ethica turns around with the awkward sluggishness of a rusty, unoiled machine.
に？
上がらせてもらうぞ。
みつみ？
They better have a damn good explanation of why Mitsumi's alive. Because... I don't get it.
まさか幽霊？
I'm actually one of those people that aren't happy if like the ending of like a story is axed by some sort of weird Deus Ex Machina happy ending.
助けてもらったことには感謝するが、幽霊呼ばわりされる筋合いはない。おととい退院したんだっけ？ああ、生命都市に乗り込めなかったのは残念。
Japan actually has a word for 2 days ago, as you can hear, like ototoi. I wonder why we don't have that like in English. Even here in Indonesia, we also have that, like lusa.
ちょっと待った。ってことは私みつみを殺してない？
Ethica asks. The rest of us all exchange puzzled looks. Now that I think about it, no one's ever told her what happened.
エチカちゃん、麻生少佐に聞かなかったの？
聞くのが怖くて。
どうやら気絶はさせられたようだがな。
Mitsumi's face contorts. She clearly considers it a disgrace.
お主は私がロールシャッハに見えていたのだろう？私も同じ。お主がロールシャッハに見えていた。
僕が地下で見つけた時、三海は気絶して倒れてた。ロールシャッハに殺しの幻覚でも見せられたんだな。
にゃる。
Is it really that strong that it would make her believe that she was dead? I mean, it's plausible, but... I really don't like that explanation.
今度会ったら絶対ひどい目に遭わせてやる。
She may be seething with anger, but beneath it, her expression seems more cheerful than before. She's starting to resemble the Ethica I know again.
みつみちゃん、朝ごはんは？一緒にいかが？施しは。
Just as Mitsumi is about to voice her protest, the audible growl of her stomach stops the words in her throat.
今のはなしだ。
I don't know whether or not I should be thankful for the typical Japanese writing that would always insert comedy in certain serious situations. Sometimes I feel like it's good to get rid of the tension in the air, but sometimes I feel like it's way too forced. Is this one too forced? I'm not sure. She remains adamant, but her gaze has already settled firmly on the toast laid out on the table. She's clearly starved for a meal. The question is, how can we convince her to stay and eat? Suddenly, Tokitaka, Mitsumi's longtime nemesis, decides to speak up.
おとなしく食え。涼子さんの料理は世界で一番うまいぞ。
適当なことを。
適当？俺が一番と言ったら一番だ。数字に嘘はつかない。POG は137点だ。
TOG？
ふんふん。知らないのか？
I don't think most people do.
私が知らないはずなかろう。
A bald-faced lie, if I've ever seen one.
TOG が137もあるなど、私には信じられんな。
それじゃあ食って確かめてみろよ。
ならばいただく。
Yeah, this feels super forced. Incredible. By turning her own words against her, Tokitaka has managed to bait the endlessly stubborn Mitsumi, who's been eyeing our toast like a hawk, into actually joining us for breakfast.
どうだ？その味わいは？
うまい。
TOG は？
137。
俺の勝ちだな。
まだ負けたわけでは。
負け惜しみよ。陽子さんの料理にいざまずくがいい。
I wonder if this is really how people, like, you know, see, like, make people like men broken hearts. I wonder if this is actually how it's supposed to be. Like us not doing anything and just let everyone that's expressful, like, do their own thing. I'm not sure.
ほらほら、敗北をかみしめろ。
うまい。うますぎる。サラダもコーンスープも。
Shut up, Mitsumi. You're just making me dislike your character right now. Mitsumi wolfs down every new meal Tokitaka places in front of her with bitter tears in her eyes. Meanwhile, Ryoko brings out seconds with a beaming smile. Feeling mentally exhausted, Ethika and I simply stare at them without interfering.
こいつら実は気が合うんじゃないか？
多分そうだと思う。
The breakfast table grows lively with banter, offsetting some of the ennui I've been feeling. But ultimately, it ends up only drawing even more attention to the fact that something is missing. I feel you, Son. The military police HQ is about as hectic as expected. My old man used to be a major general, a top dog if you will. His untimely death seems to have caused quite a bit of chaos in the aftermath. Are they having a hard time filling the void left by his absence? Or is it just a good old power struggle? Just a power struggle, probably. I doubt, like, with a place that has this much authority, people would really care when, like, someone with other... You know, basically someone, like, replaces someone else with authoritative, like, power. Who knows? But at the same time, I'm not sure how much legitimacy any organization can have if it falls apart the moment a single person drops out. Fair enough. Well then, I've made my way to Kiri's room, where I'm currently standing in front of the door. Oh man, this is hard. I told myself we'd talk once all the commotion blew over. But all we did was exchange a few brief words at the old man's funeral. I gotta tell her. She needs to hear it directly from my mouth. The reason the old man hated me. The feelings I've held locked up in my heart all this time. But for some reason, I just can't work up the courage. What if it ends up being a nuisance to her? What do I do if she turns me down? How will she feel about me?
レチカちゃん？
I freeze up, unsure of how to react to this unexpected turn of events. My confusion only lasts a moment though. I'm a pretty gutsy gal if I do say so myself. I see that there wasn't a so there, I'm back in top form in a matter of seconds.
どうも。
Shit. Back in top form my ass. I'm like a house of cards in the wind. I can't help but feel all tingly and nervous. Thankfully, Kiri flashes me a smile lovely enough to make all that anxiety melt away in an instant.
エチカちゃんはいつも急だね。
キリ姉はお休みもらえないの？
時期も時期だしね。
My old man did look after her for a while, but it's not like Kiri was his adopted daughter or anything. With the funeral wrapped up, it's back to business as usual for her.
ふん、そっか。
She didn't say zannen there.
それで用事は？
用事ってほどの用事はないんだけど。
She said, it's not really... like, what's your business is what Kiri said. Not that you want something.
ロールシャッハの移送があるから、一応立ち会い人として。
Oh, she is still alive.
ああ、あの件ね。
I didn't lie, but I didn't quite tell the whole truth either. Anyway, I don't want her to find me out, so I promptly hurry things along.
会議あるんでしょ？急いだら。
でも、
私は大丈夫。ちょっとキリ姉の顔が見たくなっただけ。
エチカちゃん？
I flashed Kiri a toothy grin and turned to leave. That's right. I've decided to live life on my own terms. When there's stuff to mull over, I mull it over. I don't want to force myself to confront her just because I've settled the score with the old man, or because all the commotion has blown over. It wouldn't feel right. There's got to be a better time to do this. Stopping myself short was the right choice here. No point rushing it, you know. Whatever you say, Ethica. Yup. Shit. I hate the fact that I'm trying this hard to convince myself. People may think I'm all brawn and bravado, but I can be a bit of a coward at times. Scratch that. More than a bit. I'm honestly disappointed in myself. But whenever it comes to Kiri, I always end up like this. Man, I'm no good, aren't I?
エチカちゃん、
はい。
週末デートしよう。
A what?
ダメ？
超 OK！
よし。
God, that smile is too much.
それじゃね、午後もお互い頑張ろう。
頑張ります。
My reaction comes out borderline comical. After waving me goodbye, Kiri disappears down the hallway. I wave back at her as I watch her go. Alright, let's think this over. Where do we go? What should I wear? How far can I take things? I feel light on my feet. Hell, I just might start skipping and hopping down the corridor. I'm a simple girl, aren't I? That's okay. I laugh and I cry. I scream when I'm happy, and I shout when I'm mad. That's what it means to be human, you know? There'll be ups and downs for sure, but navigating through all that is what life's all about. And it's a life I want to share with Kiri. Together. Walking side by side. Teehee. Get the fuck out of here, Ethica. You're definitely a character, alright. Mitsumi and I are left alone in the living room. She came to the agency to ask about Milgram's death. And I'm the only one who can give her all the specific details.
そうか。
Once my explanation of everything that's transpired is done, Mitsumi slowly parts her lips to speak.
辛い話をさせてしまったな。
いや、これは僕の義務だ。
Mitsumi is adamant about defeating Milgram herself. It was one of the conditions involved with our agency's joint cooperation.
約束をたがえてすまなかった。
You know, not that she ever did much, to be honest, in the joint operation thing.
残念だが。しかし、 お主は最善の判断をした。長岡に代わってもらえたのがせめてもの救いだ。これでようやくミルグラムの亡霊から解放された気がするよ。
Mitsumi's reassuring words, coupled with her clumsy yet genuine smile, helped to lessen the burden in my heart. Ever so slightly.
なあ、長岡、生き返らせようとは思わなかったのか？
I give her question some thought. Milgram did offer me a choice, but not once did I even consider turning to necromancy. Why is that?
すまない。
As I mull over that dilemma, Mitsumi's words interrupt my thoughts.
おかしな質問をしてしまったな。
I shake my head, but Mitsumi immediately stands up to leave.
邪魔をした。
いや、邪魔だなんて。
では、また。
Well, she's probably uncomfortable because you and her are so different, Son.
ああ。
She's still not able to kill her brother with her own, like, 2 hands, after all. I mean, that's basically what you're doing by, you know, not reviving her, right? The door closes after her. She gives the impression of someone fleeing in a hurry. I sink into the sofa as the silence of the now empty room presses down on me. That was unexpected. I would have liked to just have a simple chat with Mitsumi. I really wish she would have stayed a while longer. I feel drained of strength. I can't even muster up the energy to use my Conry. The room is completely still. Completely silent. It's like time itself has ground to a halt.
そうか。
That happens when you don't have some sort of reason for you to, you know, live your life, Son.
涼子さん、服着てください。
Yeah, come on, don't be a freaking nudist right now. Or I guess exhibitionist. She's not really nude.
慰めてあげよっか。
I'm gonna slap your face, Ryoko.
大丈夫。ソウン君が今想像した慰め方じゃないから。
She says, laughing.
別に何も。
That's a lie. It did actually cross my mind. But it would have been nothing more than a distraction. I mean, come on, you came in here with just your underwear. What else were I supposed to, like, think? Something to take my mind off how lost and alone I've been feeling. Even though I know I'd only end up regretting it afterwards.
ソウン君、どこかに行かない？
Yeah, people who, like, use sex or anything as a form of escapism always regrets it. Never do that. Alcohol too, right? Anything really just to make you forget about what you're actually dealing with.
どこにですか？
どこかに散歩。
すいません。少し気が乗りません。
Ever since that day, I've stayed cooped up in here. I don't feel like going out. At all.
ソウン君、
はい。
女の子の誘いは断っちゃダメ。
Who cares? Oh. Well, she is our boss. And one of the ironclad rules of the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency is to always do as the boss says.
わかりました。でも、一つだけ条件があります。
This is outside of your jurisdiction, though. Ryoko's already on her way out the door when I speak up.
服を着てください。
あ、忘れてた。
That's really not the kind of thing that should just slip your mind, Ryoko. We make our way through Tokyo by car. It was a wide open space littered with abandoned buildings. The place where I first met her. I remember the snow dancing in the wind. The unexpected treasure locked up in the trunk of a car. A building towering toward the sky like a grave marker. Her former home. A rooftop laden with memories. The joy in her eyes as she gazed up at the sky. The streets packed with shoppers. The things we bought together. The anime store with the retro lineup. The sweet taste of the roasted chestnuts we ate. The tourists flocking around a gate made of pipes. The sightseeing area we visited in search of answers. You know, I was talking about this with a friend, but all this like stuff that happened, right? They're just memories. While we were doing them, we probably certainly felt joy. Like that's the emotion we felt, right? But now, these things certainly did happen, and we still have them as memories. But do we view them as joyful experiences now? Or are they just a burden to your mind? I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about my life lately. A lot of the stuff that happened, right, in the past, that just happened, that used to bring me joy. The screen's kind of glitching there on the left side. I guess that's the game telling me to hurry up. Sorry about my ramble. The clothing shop we entered out of necessity. The synthetic meat of the burger we ate on our way back.
涼子さん、道合ってます？
迷っちゃった。ペロリ。
Man, I really hate this. I hate it when people act dim-witted. Like, stop that. It annoys the fuck out of me. Don't you tee-hee me. It's probably how I would chide her if I were a bit bolder, but I'm not. Ultimately, the car takes us to... the foot of Tokyo Tower.
寒いね。
はい。
With no people living around Shiba Park, the area is virtually devoid of hot pipes. I guess in this route, Ryoko is the only one that can probably, like, share her story about Ikatsu. But, truth be told, I don't know. People's experiences are never the same. Even if she told us about her story, it wouldn't necessarily mean that it's gonna help us out. As a result, the neighborhood has become one of the many places along the old Yamanote line, ruled mostly by snow and ice.
ずっと歩くんですか？
散歩だもの。嘘。冗談よ。
Ryoko stops walking, but honestly, I wouldn't particularly mind if we kept going like this. Just taking a slow, relaxed stroll through the park, exchanging no words, heaving white breaths into the chilly air as flakes of snow flutter around us. It was like that with Mitsumi too.
この辺りに来るのは久しぶり。2年半くらいかしら。
Man, I really lack empathy. I really don't want to hear about your story, Ryoko. I immediately understand what she's talking about. The significance this place holds to both of us. On that fateful day 2.5 years ago, Tokitaka and I were meant to support Ikatsu from our positions at Tokyo Tower. In the middle of the operation, though, I left my post to save Mitsumi from the living dead attacking her. And as a result, Ikatsu ended up dying.
寒いね。
Ryoko repeats her earlier statement. I give her a wordless nod. As the falling snow continues to dance in the cold breeze, We find ourselves enveloped by an eerie silence.
今でも夢に見るわ。急に襲撃された車、四方から迫る毒ガス、ガスマスクの機能を果たす X ブレインを私にかぶせてくれた一括さん。体を痙攣させながらゆっくりと動かなくなっていく一括さん。どんどんと冷たくなっていく。
涼子さん。
I take a deep breath. Unless I say something here, she'll be completely caught up in the tangle of her emotions.
涼子さんは一括さんが今も好きですか？
好きよ。私は一括さんが好き。多分世界の誰よりも。
Her smile is radiant. Ryoko still genuinely loves Ikatsu with all her heart.
辛くはないんですか？
最初は毎日死にたいって思ったな。今でもちょっと油断するとダメね。朝起きた時、どうして一括さんが隣にいないのかなって。
I really don't want to listen to you, Ryoko.
一括さんは私の宗教みたいなものかもね。
We continue making our way up the stairs. We're quite a ways above ground. The top shouldn't be too far now. The same viewing platform where Tokitaka and I were providing support for Ikatsu. Ryoko's probably doing this because she felt that she was she had some responsibility as someone who went through the same thing, right? And logically, my mind understands that, but like I said, isn't it very arrogant of her to think that she's able to do something about so own circumstances? That's what I'm thinking right now, which is why I'm really disliking what she's doing.
一括さんの最後の言葉、私ははっきり聞いたの。私に力ずくで X ブレインをかぶせて生き残れって。最初はなんて残酷なことを言ったんだろうって思ったわ。自分にこの世界にいる意味が何も見えなかったもの。でも私にはあなたたちがいた。
Upon reaching the top, Ryoko gives me a warm smile.
あなたたちをちゃんと一人前のリビングデッドストーカーに育て上げて、自分の力で生きていけるようにしなきゃ。
Technically, you didn't really have to. It's not like you're our mom or something.
女で一つで頑張って、しゃかりきになって、事務所を切り盛りしていたら、いつの間にか笑えるようになってた。もしかしたらあなたたちは、私が未来を生きていけるように一括さんが用意してくれてたのかもって今は思ってる。
True, even if that is an delusion that you made yourself. If it makes you feel better, why not?
一括さんが
I take a moment to recall what Ikatsu was like. Strong and built like a tank. Violent and frequently unpredictable. He was also the person who taught me CQAMA. I owe my life to him. He was my personal god.
僕は一括さんに拾ってもらって命を救ってもらいました。その他はよくわかりません。
一括さんと私はあなたたちを救ったのかもしれない。でも私はあなたたちに救われてもいたのよ。
Ryoko gently places a hand on my back and guides me toward the edge of the platform. Are you gonna push me? The vast snowy panorama of the Tokyo cityscape stretches before my eyes, completely flooding my vision.
そううんか。あなたは東京の人々を救ったの。
Who cares about the people of Tokyo, though?
きっと今度はあなたが東京の人々から救われる時が来る。
You're crazy, Ryoko. You really think that? I know Ryoko meant every single word she said. And because I know she meant every single word she said, I think she's crazy. Do you really think people are that kind? But for me, they haven't quite sunk in yet. After spending some time admiring the scenery, Ryoko and I returned to our car.
お夕飯の食材買っていきましょう。
I think this will be a longer episode since we are probably on the epilogue after killing Milgram right now. It's already over an hour 30 minutes, but let's do it as a finale.
そううんくん、何か食べたいものはある？
Let's see. Just as I try to organize my thoughts, I'm abruptly interrupted by the buzz of my connery.
もしもし、エチカ、
すぐ来てくれ。雪ニルバーナだ。
どうしたんだ？
ロールシャッハに逃げられた。
What else does she want to do? Milgram died peacefully, just like what he wanted. I'm on my way to Snowbound Nirvana in a gently rocking police van. A total of 4 security bots stand guard around me. They're all under Kazuma's command. As for Kazuma herself, she's been giving me a mean look all this time. If everything is proceeding as smoothly as what she said when she was tortured, she should know that Milgram wanted a place to die. What, does she not like the fact that Milgram achieved what his objective was?
なんだカズマ、イラついてんね。
当然だろ。なんで私が今ここにいると思う？
知らない。
嘘つけ。お前たちが重要参考人のネクロマンサーを正規の手続きなしに拷問したんだろ。
でもそれ私じゃねえし。ソウンとかがやったことでしょ。私はその時船の中に閉じ込められてたわけで。
開き直る気か？
まあまあ、それもあってミルグラムも倒せたんだし、結果オーライ。
Why is she so, like, flustered about this? Kazuma's head turns redder than a ripe tomato, but she doesn't press the issue any further. She knows I just lost my old man. That's Kazuma for you. Deep down, she's always been a good girl. Which reminds me, she's been through a lot lately, so I'm thinking I should give her a bit of touchy-feely attention when this job's over and done with. Leaving the van, the security bots step out into the streets of the hyper ghetto. It's always a dog-eat-dog world out here, but right now, things are feeling even more tense than usual.
いつ来ても気に食わない場所だ。
まあ無法地帯だから敵視されて当然よね。
Especially if you march in here geared up like you're about to start a small-scale war. Then again, we are talking about Olga, a surviving member of the laboratory, into custody. Can't hurt to be too careful. We also gotta find out if she has any other allies lurking around.
こっちこっち。
こんなところに？
Kazuma and I step into the store. Yeah, I mean, like, why the hell did we keep her around anyway? I thought necromancers were, you know, like wanted dead or alive. After we got what we want out of her, we should have just killed her, right?
いらっしゃい。
This whole plot point right now is making me feel like weirded out about why the hell this is even happening.
うっすすーちゃん、元気だった？
なんとか。
She sounds pretty dejected. Looks like she's taken what happened to Iria harder than I thought. Man, we really let her down. And after she helped us with all that hacking, I'm gonna have to figure something out to cheer her up.
チカは大丈夫？
平気平気。今日告白の準備も済ましてきた。
それはよかった。
これもスーちゃんのおかげだよ。
I flash her a smile that might almost come off as forced. Having no doubt sensed my intentions, Sue responds in a somewhat livelier tone. I think.
おい、世間話はいいからロールシャッハ連れてこい。おい、聞こえてんのかいロチロ。こんな暗闇に引きこもって病気にでもなったのか？
So this is before Ethica called Son, right? So we probably found out that Olga is gone from Sue right here.
さっさとロールシャッハを。
Sue wordlessly activates the store's defense systems. The various machines and gadgetry in the room shift aside and give way for a truly diverse set of weapons. Kazuma freezes up like a deer in headlights.
なんだ。
チカ、こいつ殺していい？
I really hate this, like, you know, forced, like, scene to lighten up the mood. What the fuck is going on right now?
拷問までにしとけ。
は？ふざけるな！
ちなみにこいつ M だから。
把握。
バカ、何バラしてんだ！
とか言ってさ、期待してんだろ。
心配いらない。私も M だからあなたの心はよくわかる。
ちょっと！
ほら、ここはもうこんなに。
体は正直。主従関係の周知は大事。
What is going on in this game right now? Yup, I'm glad Sue gets it. That said, it'll have to wait until after work. So let's hurry up and hand Olga over to Kazuma. Oh, she didn't run away? I thought the Condry said she ran away. When I enter the basement, I see Olga tied to a chair. Oh, I guess she's gonna run away now, looking almost like some kind of a living doll. As I draw closer, she greets me with an impotent glare. Her mouth is gaping open, but she doesn't say anything. Has she forgotten how to form words? Oh wow. Just how hard did Sue go with the torture? Man, is this game actually gonna go on for much longer than I thought, and this is not the epilogue? I think I'm gonna get baited into playing this game for much longer than I thought. If I kept going, I think I'm gonna actually end after this scene is split. I remember what happened on all those previous routes. I'm not gonna get baited again.
大丈夫。
Olga's probably gonna cause some sort of mischief after this, if the story really is gonna keep going.
配信までにはしてないから。
配信？
Kazuma looks visibly uncomfortable. You'll understand when you're older.
よくもまあ、あんなけったいな幻覚見せてくれたもんだぜ。
楽しんでもらえたかしら。
Just fucking shoot a bullet through her head, please. At long last, Olga finally speaks up, and she's already being cocky.
ミルグラムは死んだよ。お前らの悲願はついえた。監獄の中で何が悪かったのか反省するんだな。
Despite everything that's happened, Olga still has some fight left in her. She musters up a weak scowl.
本当はあなたたちこそ監獄の中にいるのよ。東京という名の監獄、生という名のケーキ、感情という名の風。
Stop with your arrogant tone, man. Jeez. If you want to, like, save the people of Tokyo, like, do something else. I really just hope they put a bullet into your head right now.
いいね。ちょっと痛いくらいが気持ちいいもんさ。カズマ、連れてけ。
おう。
I feel like the more I play this game, the more it feels like I'm like being rational and less what do you call it? Less not enthusiastic. I'm still enthusiastic about playing the game, but it feels like my logic is winning while I'm not as not emotionful? Is that a word? I don't show like my emotions all that much in this game anymore. Like, critical thinking makes me, you know, just hate some of the stuff that the game does for specific reasons.
ほら、行くぞ。
Kazuma leads the cuffed Olga out of the basement. Albeit with weak, faltering steps, she manages to make it up the staircase.
よっしー。じゃ、これで今日の仕事は終わり。スーちゃんどうする？前みたいなご褒美は封印するけど、そうみたいになら。
Yeah, I feel like I should have probably ended the episode after we split perspective from Sone's perspective. Should have just stayed with my usual hour 30 minutes as usual. This game really likes to not break immersion, but you know, like it likes to start like a new arc randomly if you think that something is already done. I remember like getting baited so much in Sue's route.
今日はいい。東京リバースプロジェクトに向けていろいろやることがある。
そっか、残念。
It's understandable though. The world's at a huge turning point, which is the perfect time for an information broker like Sue to really shine. They're building the Osaka megafloat far off across the sea. Their schedule may have been thrown off, but at the end of the day, the Empire Energy Corp is still trying to usher in a new era for mankind. Now, whether that new era will bring prosperity or even more conflict is anyone's guess. I'm not smart enough to understand all the details, but I still hope everything goes well. I mean, it's pretty simple. 2's company. What? And 3's even better company. Oh, okay. The more the merrier, as they say. Of course, having more people also means more pain and suffering in the world. But I, personally, am inclined to focus on the good stuff. I think most people are. It's kind of a uniquely human trait. I don't know about you, but I usually focus on the negatives instead, Ethica. I'm kind of a worst case scenario kind of guy.
エチカ、
ん？
ソウに伝えてほしいことがあるの。
スーちゃんが連絡したら？
それはちょっと。
Sue hesitates to answer. I can tell she feels responsible for what happened. It's probably why she's trying to avoid contacting Sone herself.
いいよ。で、伝えることって？
実は 昨日サブコンが来て。
サブコン
うん。店のモニターを全部占拠して。
それで
これをって。
Just as I'm about to reach for the thing Sue took out, a lone gunshot rings out in the distance. I immediately make for the exit. Sue knows what to do. She wordlessly tosses me my shotgun.
サンキュー
With that, I hurry outside. The area in front of the shop has pretty much turned into a war zone. The police van is up in flames. The security bots have been knocked to the ground. And there's a pair of broken stun cuffs lying discarded nearby. You don't really do your job very well, do you, Kazuma? I spot an injured Kazuma on the ground. She's been shot in the abdomen.
カズマじゃあね
Olga, clearly the one responsible for all this, calls out to us from the roof of a ruined building before vanishing into the night.
にゃるー
I can't even unload my shotgun on her for fear of damaging the nearby pipes. I want to chase after her, but I can't just leave Kazuma like this.
おいカズマ大丈夫か
くそ、あの犯罪者が。
Guess she's doing well enough to yell. I check her vitals, and sure enough, it looks like she's gonna be fine as long as she gets immediate treatment. Good. As I'm contacting Ryoko and the others to request help, Kazuma abruptly pulls up a screen on her own Connery.
不幸中の幸い。一発当ててやった。
Kazuma's Connery displays a map of the hyper ghetto, with a lone dot flickering in the middle. It seems to be heading northeast. Alright, I guess the next episode will be the final episode for the game.
で
Because that CG was actually pretty nice. I don't know why they showed Iria there. I'm guessing Subcon is projecting Iria's brain, but that doesn't make sense though. She never wore an X-brain, right? So, in this, like, route, it doesn't make sense for Iria to still be alive. Because they haven't digitized her brain. But I guess that's a topic for another episode and future Azai, because I feel like I'm over-analyzing a lot of stuff, and I don't know if it's, like, enjoyable for you guys. To me, it's still pretty enjoyable, even though, like, you know, some of the stuff that I say about this game is quite negative. Like, it's not like I'm, like, hating on the game. I'm, like, critiquing some points of the game that felt a bit off, you know? But overall, the story is still very fantastic. Some characters are questionable, and I feel like I'm attached to some characters more than others. I feel like Iria is definitely up there. Mitsumi, Ryoko, all these guys that try to suddenly show out of nowhere in I thought was the epilogue kind of threw me for a loop, and I was just like, are they just trying to give people some screen time or something? Is in my mind. So I was like super angry about that. But yeah. But it looks like we're gonna be finishing this tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access. And, you know, like uncensored and all that stuff. And with that, I will see you guys next time. But yeah, it looks like Monday I'll have to put some more Dona videos since I can't record Kichiko rants tomorrow. I'll have to record more of this. I thought I was gonna be able to do the epilogue or finale, but this game always, like I said, randomly opens up a new arc after you thought that it was done. But yeah, Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys next time.